All right, one last video on solving inequalities. This one's going to be multi-step inequalities. There's going to be 3 examples. You only see 2, but this one's going to show up in just a little bit. Just again, reminder, solving inequalities is just like solving equations. One major exception: if you multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by a negative value, you are forced to flip the inequality symbol. Okay? All right. First one, we've got 3n minus 8 divided by 5 is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, we're going to start off, we got to multiply by 5 to get it away from this difference in the numerator here, 3n minus 8. So we're going to multiply both sides, by 5. Okay, the reason we do that, those 5s on the left side are going to cancel out. Okay, what it leaves us with on the left side is 3n minus 8. On the right side, it leaves us with 5 times 2, which is going to be 10. Okay, we multiplied by a positive, so the inequality symbol remains the same. Okay, 3n minus 8 is greater than or equal to 10. Okay, now, again, just like solving equations, we're going to add 8 to both sides. Okay, those 8s cancel out. All right, so we're left with 3n on the left, greater than or equal to 18 on the right. Okay, divide both sides by 3 now. All right, the reason we do that is those 3's on the left side will cancel out. We get n is greater than or equal to 6. Okay, so step by step there. We've got 1, 2, 3, like basically 3 or 4 steps there to find the value for n. In this case, it's a range of values. N is greater than or equal to 6. All right, next one. You can see here we've got a distributive property part of the problem here. We're going to have to multiply negative 5 times x. We're going to have to multiply negative 5 times positive 2. Okay, and that's shown in this step right here. All right. Usually I wouldn't show that step, but in this video I will. Now we're going to clean both of these up. Notice the negative 45 hasn't changed. We haven't done anything with that yet. So let's just clean up the left side here. So negative 5x minus 10 is less than negative 45. Now, again, just like solving equations, I need to move this negative 10 over to the right side. I'm going to do that by adding 10 to both sides. Okay, those 10s cancel out on the left, and it leaves me with negative 5x is less than negative 35. Okay, now I'm going to divide by a negative here, so I'm forced to flip the inequality symbol, divide both sides by negative 5. Okay, there, those negative 5's on the left are going to cancel out, and I'm left with x is greater than, now I got to flip this around to greater than, positive 7. Okay, so that's the answer for the second example here. All right, third example is going to show up now. All right, we've got 7 less than or equal to x minus 4 times x plus 5. We're going to have to distribute here a negative 4 times x and a negative 4 times 5. Okay? So you see the negative 4 times the x, and you also see the negative 4 times the 5. Most common mistake here with most students, they multiply the negative 4 times the x, so this term is correct, but they forget to multiply the negative 4 times the 5, and this term is incorrect. All right, so let's clean all that up on the right side. Okay, and notice we have like terms when we do that cleanup there. We've got x minus 4x here that we can combine. Okay, negative 4 times 5 was negative 20. So let's add these like terms on the right side, and that gives me 7 still on the left side, less than or equal to negative 3x minus 20. Okay, we want to get x by itself, so we're going to deal with this 20 here. We're going to add 20 to both sides. Okay, on the right, these 20s will cancel out. Okay, so on the left side, I get 7 plus 20, which is 27, less than or equal to negative 3x. Okay, the goal still here is to get x by itself, so I'm going to divide by this negative 3. We're using inverse operations. This is negative 3 times x, so I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. Okay, I'm dividing by a negative, so the inequality symbol has to flip. 27 divided by negative 3 is negative 9. Is greater than or equal to x. Remember, we always want to write our inequalities relative to the perspective of x. So I'm going to turn that around, and I'm going to say x is less than or equal to negative 9. Okay, so there's 3 really good examples for how to solve multi-step inequalities.